Hello and welcome to Health Professional Radio. I'm your host, Neal Howard, for this Health Suppliers segment of the show. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our guest in studio is Dr. Frank Hermann. He comes to the conversation with a very strong background in clinical research, development, and medical affairs in oncology. Now, he joined 4SC just this year as Medical Director, Clinical Development, after many years in medical affairs and clinical research at Bristol-Myers Squibb. And he's here today to talk with us about 4SC. Welcome to Health Professional Radio, Dr. Hermann.
Hello, everybody. This is Frank Hermann speaking. I'm very excited to be in the show and give you a little bit of background and information about our research, our clinical trials, and thank you very much for the invitation.
Well, as Medical Director of 4SC, tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to be associated with this company.
Yeah, so my background I'm a medical doctor by training. I'm a pediatrician and worked a couple of years in a German university hospital in pediatric oncology before I joined Bristol-Myers Squibb as a associate medical director. What excites me about 4SC is it's a small biotech company, but with very interesting assets. And so to proceed and bring on the epigenetic drugs to further development through the clinical development is very exciting to me. And so I decided to take this opportunity, and it's fascinating, and I'm really excited to proceed on this.
Now, tell our listeners about epigenetic therapies that you're involved in, why the epigenetic space has been getting the attention in the research community that it has of late.
Yeah, absolutely. So epigenetic, it's a very, very interesting field. So I think everybody knows about the DNA and genetics, but, the DNA is not all, because if you imagine that, in one body we have the DNA is identical in all cells, but, the cells are different, and this is epigenetic. So it regulates the gene activity and so also the activity of cancer cells. And our goal is to target epigenetic changes and so to be a relevant part in the future of oncology treatment. And we know that epigenetic modification plays a critical role in different cancer types in oncology, but also hematology. And so we see a future in epigenetic treatment.
Do you see faster developments in the oncology side or the hematology side?
So so the epigenetic field is already in the clinic in hematology, but I also see a future in the solid tumor indications. And our clinical focus currently is in solid tumors like in cutaneous T-cell lymphoma and hepatocellular carcinoma. Mm-hmm. But as this is a mode of action which is not limited to indications, I can also see an expansion in the future to other indications, either in oncology but also hematology.
So you're also into developing drugs. You come from a pharmaceutical background with Bristol-Myers Squibb in that research and development department. Talk about some of the developing products that 4SC is involved in.
Yeah, so we have our lead compound. So we are focused on clinical development of epigenetic drugs. Our lead compound is resminostat. Mm-hmm. Resminostat is an HDAC inhibitor, so an histone deacetylation inhibitor. And our second compound we bring to the clinic is 4SC202, which is a dual inhibitor of epigenetic modification. So it's an LSD1 and HDAC inhibitor. And we are currently working on bringing this to phase 2 studies, especially in combination with checkpoint inhibitors, because we see the potential to even improve the efficacy of checkpoint inhibitors by epigenetic modulation.
In what areas of the world are these epigenetic therapies more readily available and or accepted in your experience?
So, talking about the hematology, assets have been established in hematology worldwide. When we talk about a special niche indication of cutaneous T-cell lymphoma, Vorinostat and romidepsin are established treatment in the U.S., so they are approved for CTCL in relapsed and refractory patients, while this is not in Europe. And our clinical study, our pivotal clinical study, the REMAIN study, is investigating a very interesting treatment paradigm. It's the maintenance setting. And so with this setting, we think we can create data and maybe bring the first HDAC inhibitor to the patients in Europe, but also could extend this to other regions in the world.
Is this an extremely expensive therapy?
So what do you mean by expensive? The development cost or the cost of the drug? Or?
The cost of the drug as far as when it is actually going to be administered to potential patients. Is this something that is readily available to the average consumer, or is it something that can't be gauged as of yet?
Yeah, so it's currently in the development stage. So we have started the REMAIN study in cutaneous T-cell lymphoma, which is a pivotal study. And we currently evaluate the chances to set up a pivotal study also in hepatocellular carcinoma. But so far, this is in late-stage development, but not available for patients so far.
So when can we expect availability?
Yeah, so the trial has already started, so we have sites open in Europe, but we expect the headline data published in 2019. Okay. Cutaneous T-cell lymphoma is an orphan disease, is not, and so the recruitment period of that study within total 150 patients will take up to 2 years. But we expect the headline results of this exciting study in 2019. And of course, our plan is to bring this drug then also to the patients as soon as possible in Europe, but also in other regions of the world.
Now, where can our listeners go and get some more information about your company, 4SC, as well as cutaneous T-cell lymphoma therapies and other epigenetic treatments that you're involved in?
So, a lot of information you can get on our website. It's 4sc.com.
Okay.
You can find information in German, but also English language about our development, about our pipeline. And so my recommendation to learn more about epigenetics, but also cutaneous T-cell lymphoma, I would always recommend to go to web pages of the society. So there are very, very well-known societies in the U.S., in Europe, but also other areas of the world where you can get more information about specific indications and also treatment options. So I would recommend to go this way and learn more about 4SC. We would be very happy to have visitors on our webpage. As I said, 4sc.com.
Thank you so much. You've been listening to Health Professional Radio. I'm your host, Neal Howard, for this Health Suppliers segment of the show. In studio with Dr. Frank Hermann, Medical Director, Clinical Development at 4SC. And he's been here discussing this company, 4SC, and some of the groundbreaking technology that they're involved in. Transcripts and audio of this program are available at healthprofessionalradio.com.au and also at hpr.fm. And you can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes.